This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Thursday, June 6, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. Ivy Tech Community College President Sue Ellspermann will retire after the next academic year, she told the school's board on Tuesday. Ellspermann, the college's ninth president and the first woman to hold the role, will serve out her current 3-year contract, which ends June 2025. She said the time is right to step down.
We did a beautiful job weathering COVID and have come out of it stronger than ever. Enrollment was up over 10% this year. Continuing to work very closely with industry and emerging industries that are moving into Indiana. And this is a time, if you're going to retire, you want to do it when the institution's in a good spot, where you know that you're preparing for a smooth transition to the next level of leadership.
The board will have a year to conduct a nationwide search, although Ellspermann said there are strong candidates for the position already on campus. Michigan City-based D. Martin Enterprise on Wednesday announced plans to invest $20 million to build a new manufacturing facility in the city. The company said it aims to add 30 new jobs with the possibility of hiring more workers in the first 2 years of operation. The manufacturing company is working on design plans for the project and aims to break ground in October. The new facility is expected to be complete in early 2026. Purdue University this week announced a partnership with Dell Technologies to establish what it says will be one of the largest dedicated collegiate gaming facilities in the country. The Alienware Purdue Gaming Lounge is being designed to create a space for students to train and compete in esports at the highest level. The 2,000 square foot space will be located within the France A. Cordova Recreational Sports Center on the West Lafayette campus and will be outfitted with gaming equipment from Alienware. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
When Kat Edmonds moved back to South Bend in 2022 to work with the University of Notre Dame, one thing was clear to her. There was a lack of connections. Edmonds took on the challenge to solve this problem through her passion project, Connect 574. Dubbed the social club for the new generation, Connect 574 is on a mission to foster connectedness and intentional friendships through various events and online through its member portal.
When I came back here, it was very clear to me that there's this constant feeling of like, what's happening? How do I make friends? There's nothing to do here. And my theory is if we want this region, South Bend Elkhart region, to be a thriving place people want to call home, people need to make friends. And that starts with creating spaces for people to do that, creating a little structure for that to happen. And so I started down this route where I did some market validation to understand what is it that people really wanted. And what I found out was that people don't know what's happening. That is one of the challenges we have. But at the same time, people don't want to go alone to events. And so if people don't want to go alone to events, it's hard to get them out and it's hard to make friends. So in the end, it's going to be hard to want to stay in this region.
Connect 574 allows users to sign up for team-based events and are then randomly placed in teams, which Edmonds says makes it easier for people to go alone to events. BP, which operates a massive oil refinery in Whiting, is proposing an office development project that, if approved, would lead to the closure of the Mascot Hall of Fame. Mayor Steve Spebar told our partners at the Times of Northwest Indiana the company was behind the initial idea for the project and was the only one to respond to a request for proposals. The multi-million-dollar project in the city's Stadium District would involve an office complex along Front Street and 119th Street near Oil City Stadium. The mayor said the office project has the potential to generate hundreds of millions of dollars in new investment and pay off the $11 million in debt the city owes on the Mascot Hall of Fame. BP's proposal is currently being reviewed by the city. As Indianapolis prepares to host the 2024 U.S. Olympic swim trials at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis this month, gold medalist Chase Kalish is hoping to earn a spot in his third Olympic Games. Kalish is also doing his part to draw attention to water safety, which is the focus of a program presented by Indianapolis-based Eli Lilly and Company called Swim in Safety.
Drownings is a very real thing, and there's many adults that are impacted by that too. And I also know of stories of parents that didn't learn how to swim and they lived their life in fear, and the one thing that they wanted for their kids was their kids to learn to swim.
The program is already halfway to its goal of teaching 50,000 Hoosiers to be water safe by the end of this year, with skills including self-rescue, basic swimming, and confidence around water. Outgoing University of Southern Indiana President Ron Rochon is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.